Welcome to New Possibilities. I speak truth to power without fear. So yesterday I read a story about an African-American football player by the name of Michael Bennett. He plays for the Seattle Seahawks. This brother went to watch the Mayweather fight. A lot of people wanted to see that fight. A lot of attention and promotion was surrounding that fight. The brother attended the fight in Las Vegas. After the fight, he was somewhere and there were a group of people, and the people heard what sounded like a gunshot. So people began to run. It later turns out that there was no gunshot, no gun was fired or anything like that, but people began to run. And the police singled out this brother, Michael Bennett. They stopped him, they pointed their guns at him, they told him to get on the ground. And one of the officers allegedly pointed a gun at this brother's head and told him not to move or he's going to get his effing head blown off. That's what the officer told him. And then another officer proceeded to put his knee in this brother's back. He put his knee in his back so hard that the brother Michael Bennett says that he was unable to breathe. He had a hard time breathing. After doing this, they put the handcuffs on his brother. They put him on so tight, according to Michael Bennett, that his fingers were numb. Now, this brother says that he was singled out because he was black. That's what he says. Now, the police have a different story, as can be expected. They say that race had no role in this. They say that this brother was acting suspiciously. They say that he jumped over a fence or a wall or something like that and ran into the street or something. And they say that his conduct was suspicious and they wanted to stop him and interrogate him or whatever because of his conduct, not because of his race. Now, we know that this is what police do. They always try to have some kind of explanation behind what they have actually done, whether it's right or wrong. They try to justify what they do. Rarely will the police say, yeah, you got us. We were racially profiling this person. Rarely do racist institutions admit that they engaged in racism. Rarely do businesses openly just admit that what they did was racist. Often they have some kind of explanation, some kind of excuse for what they have done. And this is the same here. I hope that a thorough investigation is conducted, and I hope that they are able to determine exactly what happened here, why this brother was singled out of a crowd of many people. So the brother was singled out, and this brother raised this issue on social media. He posted a letter that he wrote outlining exactly what happened. I will include a link in the description box to the story and also to his Twitter, where you can actually read his statement for yourself and judge it for yourself. But I think that this brings to light what we've already known. People often make these respectability politics type of arguments. They say, well, if you're successful, if you do the right thing and play by the rules, then you don't have to deal with the problems of police brutality and other problems that people face. They place the burden on the actual victim by saying, well, this victim was not a thug, if this person didn't have a criminal history, if this person only did what the police told him to do, then everything would be fine. If this person was a good citizen, a model citizen, they wouldn't have to worry about this police misconduct or police brutality. But here you have a famous man, someone who is a Super Bowl champion, somebody that's rich and famous. But still, at the end of the day, when the police spotted that brother, they saw him as somebody who's suspicious. They saw him as a criminal. They saw him as a thug. They assumed that he was a suspect because of the color of his skin. And that happens all the time with black people. We remember what happened to Trayvon Martin. That's the thing that comes to mind, like how that guy George Zimmerman said that he's up to no good when he saw Trayvon Martin. And that's how these police think. Even though George Zimmerman was a wannabe cop, he still reflects the mentality of a lot of these police. They view us with suspicion. They automatically assume that because of the color of our skin, that somehow that's some kind of badge of shame or some kind of badge of suspicion or criminality. So this brother, despite his status in life, despite his accomplishments in life, despite his wealth and all that kind of stuff, at the end of the day, these police saw him just like they see most black people, as niggers, you know, as a criminal, as somebody that's a thug, as somebody that's suspect. And one thing that's really odd about this situation is that it comes shortly after this brother announced that he would not be standing for the national anthem in response to what has happened in Charlottesville, where those white supremacists had that violent protest. So yeah, I mean, it's just odd that this would happen at that time, you know, shortly after he made that announcement. And it's just like we're reminded every day that these police who are supposed to protect and serve, they don't protect and serve black people. No matter what kind of status we attain, at the end of the day, you know, often these police harass black people, often these police brutalize black people, often they kill black people, and nothing happens. Now, it's a good thing that this brother walked away from this incident alive, because we've seen so many of these cases where that is not the case, where a brother will make a move and all of a sudden the police will blow that person's head off. Even though the police told him to reach for to get his ID or whatever. We saw what happened to Philando Castile. We see the countless examples of black men being killed by these police. So thankfully this brother wasn't killed or anything. He has an attorney, he has the resources to pursue this matter, to have a thorough investigation and to possibly bring charges or a lawsuit against the police department, and that's a good thing. So tell me what you all think. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace.